Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris. Have you missed me? I am back on the main channel and really excited to get through a lot of the biggest news in the crypto space. So from now on, you're going to be seeing me a lot more. Going to be talking about the latest and most important news, talking about, I guess, some of the economic aspects of investing and I guess what impact that's going to have on investing in the crypto market. So I have been quite vocal when it comes to my thoughts and opinions on the crypto market for the last 30 days or so. I've been saying that over the next 5 to 8 months we're going to see a lot of people leave the space, and we've already started to see the signs of this. Volumes on YouTube, for example, going down, viewers disappearing, and you're seeing search terms on Google dwindling, and we're seeing some red in the market recently, and the economic landscape is not looking good either. So everything that we've been talking about for months leading up to where we are now has been very accurate, and I'm looking forward to just keeping people up to date with everything that is going on. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below on what I'm going to cover in today's video. Lots to do with XRP, potentially 2,500% gains on the horizon for XRP. We're going to dig into all of that and all the latest happenings, with Vitaliks X account being hacked, and my thoughts and opinions on all of this sort of stuff, and some of the really concerning stuff that I want to highlight around what is happening in the space, right? I want to keep everybody up to date with my expectations. So if you enjoy this sort of content, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. Let me know in the comments below, have you missed me? Probably not, but let's get down to the desktop. Okay, so we're going to start here on coin market cap. Now, the total market cap of crypto globally, I love how they put the global in here, the global crypto market, is at $1.04 trillion, which is up 1.90% in the last 24 hours. Bitcoin obviously dropped, a few percent yesterday. It's now at 26,11196, up what we got 1.78% in the last 24 hours. So look, we've kind of said that we should be expecting some lower prices. We saw some new all-time lows for certain altcoins, and we don't think we're done with this yet. I want to be really clear, like the landscape is not looking healthy at all, right? I'm expecting people to be losing their homes. I'm expecting people to be losing their jobs. I'm expecting people, to be selling their crypto assets to basically stay afloat. That's kind of like my thoughts on, the macro, the economic landscape at the moment. And I think that we are going to see, the whales dumping, and we've seen retail buying up a lot of, what's been, sold by these whales. And I think this is something that we're got to consider, with the likes of BlackRock and JP Morgan and all these institutional players. They're going to be looking to buy up our Bitcoin and altcoins cheap, right? Those blue chip projects, they're going to be looking to get into all of those. You got the BTC ETF, spot ETF. You've got the same for Ethereum. There's lots of stuff happening that's really, really positive, for the space, but for these big entities, they really need to part you with your crypto. So I feel that a lot of this is put together deliberately to basically have the impact that they want it to have. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how things develop. I do think 99% of the people that are still here are going to not be here within the next 8 months. And my message to the community is, the 1% of people that do manage to get through this really challenging period of the bear market. And I do think we're getting to the end of it, right? But this is the last stretch, the real challenging part now. It's all about being active. It's about monitoring the projects that you're invested in, right? So for example, are you seeing these project teams changing or delaying on their roadmaps and their plans, right? These are things that we should be concerned seeing at this stage in a bear market. Are we seeing them, pulling liquidity from exchanges? And what I mean by this is, are they pulling listings off of exchanges to save liquidity? Are they, not answering challenging questions? Those sorts of things we should be concerned about as investors. My belief is that teams will answer questions even if they are challenging questions, as long as they're obviously put together constructively and in the right way, not like in a rude way. I think that as investors we are investing not just in the tech and the project, the company, but the people behind the company as well. So they should be accountable to answer questions. And I think that there's not only going to be a lot of people leave the space, which we're already seeing. I think this is going to increase, and like I say, 99% of people will disappear. But a lot of these projects are going to fail as well because their runways are running out. It's a prolonged bear market. We hear a lot of people talk about prolonged market cycles. We saw this with Benjamin Cohen and so on. And in essence, it kind of feels like a bit of nonsense. But I think if you flip it and you look at the bear markets, I think, there is, a potential that we could have a prolonged bear market cycle. So, let me know your thoughts and opinions on all of that stuff. I'm not like calling anybody out, saying they're wrong or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, I think that there are elements to what people are saying that is actually accurate, but perhaps represented verbally inaccurately. So there we go. So we got the Tron founder wants to buy FTX's crypto assets. So obviously this is a big reason or component that I believe when it comes to what we've seen with the price action, coming down like it did yesterday. I think a lot of this is through the fear of what's going to happen with these FTX assets. Now, over the weekend, I said that I expected the this news to be priced in, right? My expectations were that we were going to dump, which we saw yesterday. It will get priced in, and then the news will break, and I think we're pumped to the upside. So these are the things like that I kind of forecasted. I think we've kind of seen it to a point. Maybe not entirely how I envisioned it, but we are gearing up for a move upwards. So, we should be aware of that. And obviously, this is recorded a few hours before it actually goes out on YouTube. So just be aware of that. The pump could happen between me recording this and when it goes out. So we've got Gary Gensler slams crypto yet again as, Senate hearing looms. So, yeah, he's going to be going to the Senate to answer questions, probably around the XRP ruling, their views and opinions on cryptocurrencies. But basically what he's coming out and saying is the vast majority of crypto is securities, which is the polar opposite of what he was teaching. So, yeah, look, rather interesting, right? It fits the narrative. He's a puppet for somebody. Who do you think he's actually a puppet for? BlackRock? Who do you think's behind this complete UE that Gary Gensler has done since taking charge at the SEC? Really interested to get your views and opinions on that. We got Binance faces technical issues. Team are on it. Here's what's happening. And basically, in a nutshell, they're experiencing some tech issues on futures. This is basically people stuck in trades and so on. So just be mindful of this. I'm sure that Binance will sort you out if you're stuck in a trade that you couldn't get out of and you lose money. I'm sure they'll do the right thing. And the reason why I think they'll do the right thing, I know there's lots of FUD going around, or I want to say FUD because like nothing's been sort of factually put out there like with facts. There's nothing to back the accusations up that I've seen. And I see stuff like this. Binance to airdrop $3 million in BNB to users affected by Moroccan earthquake. And I think I see these sorts of things and they don't line up with what I'm reading, from a negative perspective, a fraudulent perspective. Don't get me wrong, this could just be, marketing and PR spin from Binance. But, it's going to be these sorts of things here where, users of their platform perhaps lose money because of a technical issue, for me, it's going to be really interesting to see how they handle that. And, through handling that, what is the result, right? What actions do they take? Because I've always kind of said actions speak much louder than words, right? Somebody can say that they're your best friend, but then be gossiping behind your back. So, it's one of those. I kind of feel like Binance can really, prove to people through actions, the sort of company that they are. And I think we'll see that with how they respond to situations like this. So am I concerned? No, not really too concerned. We've got Thailand cracks down on $27 million crypto scam with 5 arrests. So we've recently seen a lot of headlines around, people being arrested when it comes to like the Turkish exchange and receiving like 111 thousand, it's 11,000 years, wasn't it? 11,000 years sentence for the fraud. I like seeing these sorts of stories because I think it really makes it, I guess, questionable whether, if you are a scammer, whether you're going to do a scam or not, right? If you think you're going to get a slap on the wrist, then, it's probably worth doing, right? If you're going to get a couple of mil from it. But, if you're going to get 11,000 years in prison, if you get caught, probably not worth it for like 1 or 2 mil, right? So I look at some of these headlines and seeing, the stories and the punishments. Some of these punishments do fit the crime, and that's something that I think you need in order to stomp out the crime in this space. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. We've got XRP could hit 2,500% price pump in 2024. Now, this again is just really interesting. They obviously got your normal charts with your nothing really to back this up. And what I would say is anybody can make bold statements, and you can say they're an analyst. But I would say the vast majority of these analysts, they're not analysts, they're just people in their basements, and not suggesting that this individual is, but like I think we need to take some of these predictions with a pinch of salt. Let's see some of the other prices get hit, like a dollar XRP, a $1.50 XRP. Let's see some of these prices get hit. Let's actually get through this bear market and reevaluate. That's kind of my thoughts and opinions on it. But I just wanted to put some realism to some of this, because the market that Ripple are going after with XRP is multiple trillions, and will easily become like the next Bitcoin if they are solely going to get that market and they're successful in what they're trying to do. Right now, that is a monstrous sized task. So the chances of one company getting the entire market is slim to none, in my opinion. But they could get a sizable amount of that market. And again, it could be just, Bitcoin in infancy, right? In some regards, right? But let me know your thoughts and opinions on it. I know that XRP isn't everybody's cup of tea, but I really like it. Shiba Inu, the layer 2 blockchain Shibarium, sets new major milestone, over 2.1 million transactions. Now, I have said multiple times that I think that this is a game changer for SHIB and Bone and so on, right? I think that this is, a big change that we're seeing, and something that is going to be really, really interesting when it comes to cryptocurrency. I think it's interesting what's going to happen. Are other meme coins going to follow suit and become projects with real world utility and become deflationary and so on? I think that this could be a trend to keep an eye on. But yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Do you see this becoming a trend? And then we've got Vitalik. He's recently had his Twitter page hacked. What I would say with this is he's saying that it was a SIM swap hack that caused this. It's like he had his two-factor authentication. What I would say is it feels to me like a little bit of spin right now. And again, I could be wrong, but like Vitalik knows like the most secure way would be through the Authenticator app and not your phone. And you don't have to have your phone for your authentication on Twitter. So look, I think the palming off of blame for me is something that I just cannot stand. So yeah, look, let me know your thoughts and your opinions. But you know, I think that there's probably a mixture of the, you know, Vitalik and you know, Twitter that can probably do something to stop a lot of this stuff happening. I did mention that I think there's several things. I mean, Twitter should have noticed the location, you know, isn't where Vitalik normally is. Like that should be, you know, ringing alarm bells. But on the flip side, Vitalik should have, you know, very, very, you know, strong security put in place, right? And, you know, should know that this stuff is, you know, is possible. He should know it, how it works. And it raises concerns about Ethereum for me. But let me know your thoughts and opinions. These are the biggest headlines for today. I've tried to, you know, sort of talk through my thoughts and opinions on stuff. Try to give you, you know, a view of where I think the market is right now and where we're heading. You know, it seems, you know, doom and gloom at the moment. But it is really how you look at it. Is the glass half full or is the glass half empty? For me, it's half full. We've been talking about, you know, lower lows, you know, Fed pivot, crash, this sort of stuff. We've been highlighting it for a long time. We've been encouraging our members over at 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏𝗖𝗏, you know, to be ready for this. Like, it's an opportunity, but it's only an opportunity if you plan ahead and you are patient and you understand where we're heading and you do your own research and all that wonderful stuff. You know, it's not an opportunity if you've just been, you know, buying into this, you know, BS narrative that we're in a bull market. I hope you enjoy this sort of content. Mash up the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.